Welcome to Monday Meditation. I have the Mother Mary Oracle deck here for you today. Just felt the need for a little support of the Divine Mother. So glad you joined me. If this is your first time, you're going to love it. I do a little divination and a little healing process, all part of this. The guidance that's within this guidebook. I love these decks. Are just these Alana Fairchild decks are just really great for especially single card pulls to get the most out of them. And that's why I'm sharing them with you in this way. So go ahead and sit back and relax and just receive. Let's see what we have. Our Lady of the Inner Gate. Our Lady of the Inner Gate. And you know, I like flip right to it, which is great. It's really nice when my left and my right hand both know exactly what I'm looking for without me even making an effort. That is truly divine. So here's a little message, a little wisdom from the Divine Mother. My initiations are sacred, and no matter what appears to be happening in your life, I am behind it. I am always guiding you towards your heart, for within that sacred temple, the most precious treasure is kept. To obtain that treasure, you will need courage, trust, and faith. I bestow my grace willingly upon you, my child, without restraint. You must provide the trust in me that gives you the courage to take the journey. Your rewards shall be riches beyond all imagining. This is beautiful. Okay. So there's I'm going to read a little bit more of the divination here. Our Lady of the Inner Gate. There's a teaching that it is easier to be grateful during a feast than a famine. In a similar way, perhaps judging on appearances alone, it can be easier to feel the presence of the divine behind the happy events of our life, behind the strokes of luck, behind the good fortune, rather than the challenges and the loss. Yet the Mother instructs us that she is just as much behind the challenges as she is behind the more obvious causes for celebration. And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, why is this? How can this be? And she says, in her wisdom, she knows that of which we are capable. She knows what our heart can handle, how much heartbreak we can bear in order for our heart to grow into a powerful vehicle for divine compassion, bliss, and wisdom. She knows that sometimes the happier path will be of great benefit to us. She also knows that at other times, being granted all that we want in the way that we think we want it would actually prevent us from fulfilling our divine destiny and receiving our full spiritual inheritance. I love this one because this is one that really calls into you, saying you think you might know what's best for you. You think you might know the direction of your growth and therefore your service, but you sometimes have no idea, and that's why things come into your life. You may think, that you had it perfect in one way, but you don't realize how perfect it can be, even in the upset times. After the dust settles, after that period of change, of shift, of mourning, whatever it is, whatever happens, that's what we're looking for. That lesson, that learning, what happens after that. So let's see. It continues. Our Lady of the Inner Gate comes to us with a message. We are being initiated into the power of our own hearts. The heart creates a powerful magnetic field that can be felt within us and around us. As we grow spiritually, the electromagnetic field of the heart grows too, and our electric influence can become important not only to immediate family members, but to whole communities in which we are involved. We can continue to grow in that heart power and become influential and sustaining to the world around us in this way. This can even operate to the point that a country we're traveling in at any given time will be impacted by our heart field, through which the Mother's grace can flow. So this is what's saying to us is no matter what we're going through and how many challenges, we have the ability to channel the Divine Mother's grace and her compassion through every experience in our life. Let's see if we continue here. Whatever is happening in your life at the moment, whether joyful emerging or a challenging descent into facing a fear, know that this is an initiation into your heart power. We move through these initiations not by resisting them, but by staying present and being with what we feel. This might seem impossible, and yet it becomes possible with practice, patience, and a willingness to trust that it isn't some random suffering. And it's not something to try to get out of as soon as possible. This is a pathway leading us somewhere very, very valuable. So call upon Our Lady of the Inner Gate during these dark times, for she is guiding you, and she can keep a watchful eye on you and guide you with her hand at your back, so that you're in front. You're really taking a journey, but she is right there with you by your side with her hand at your back. So it says, this oracle heralds a time when you are growing in spiritual power. Whether you are aware of this consciously or not, you are becoming a person of increasing energetic influence. If you have some natural sense of spiritual responsibility, you may worry about this, wondering if you're always putting out constructive vibrations. It says, do not fear. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be yourself and trust. It is your trust in the divine that brings the most power to your heart emanation and the most healing to the world around you. It is your willingness to experience your life with growing trust that empowers the mother to act through you and for others to be nourished by your presence. It is your trust that paves the way to the inner gate, opening it wide and allowing you to discover the true treasure within your very heart. It is the riches within that you are looking for always, even if you fantasize from time to time that you are desiring something else. Without the riches of the heart, anything else obtained soon enough shows itself to be an empty vessel. It is the fullness of life itself and all that it offers that shall open up to your heart as it becomes even more capable of receiving that precious gift through this process. All right, let's do a little healing process with Mother Mary and the inner gate. So go ahead and settle down, get quiet, close your eyes. Sit back, relax. Imagine that you are under a blanket of seemingly endless, dark night sky. You see the stars above you. You see a big full moon like we have coming up tomorrow, glowing. Go ahead and take all that in a moment. That vast night sky, the big glowing moon, the sparkly stars as you wait patiently. Suddenly, there's an explosion of beautiful orange, red, and yellow light, and the face of a beautiful woman emerges. She gazes down at you, starlight falling from her eyes into your heart. Receive this blessing now. And when you're ready, repeat this healing affirmation. The inner gate of my sacred heart opens as I am initiated through the heavenly light of the Holy Mother. Great blessings and treasures are bestowed upon me, which I lovingly share with the world in her holy name. The inner gate of my sacred heart opens as I am initiated through the heavenly light of the Holy Mother. Great blessings and treasures are bestowed upon me, which I lovingly share with the world in her holy name. The inner gate of my sacred heart opens as I am initiated through the heavenly light of the Holy Mother. Great blessings and treasures are bestowed upon me, which I lovingly share with the world in her holy name. Thank you. Your healing process is complete for today. Have a wonderful day.